Good evening, everybody. It's 9 o'clock. It's Friday night. You're on the What's on Joe Mind YouTube channel, so it must be time for the TeamStream.
Yay!
I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. How's everybody doing this evening?
Oh, come on now. It's party time.
Well, of course. I tell you, man, I love that little guitar run at the end of the intro there. Love it.
It's a little Dick Dale kind of.
Yeah.
It's a little surf jam.
Yes, it's awesome. I love it. I could never get tired of hearing that little bit. With me here in the top row, you know him, you love him. You're often blinded by the sight of him.
Right.
It's the former head of marketing for the G.I. Joe brand at Hasbro. That's the honcho, Mark Weber.
Trying to figure out what's the right. See, like that's not enough. Neither is that.
That's too red. Too
Right?
ginger.
It's too much. With the hat. Oh well. Deal with it. Right?
Maybe you need to get a more neutral colored hat. Maybe.
Right. If you get tired of my brightness, just eliminate my position.
Maybe.
Who cares, right?
I mean, you're the one who's making it an issue. So
Yeah.
maybe we go to a more classic burgundy.
Yeah. I got more
ASU
hats
hat.
here, but I'm kind of going with the all black look right now. So you know what they say. Anyway. Highlight of the week. Was filling in for a math class at my kid's school on Monday, and I came in wearing a bright, like canary yellow Steelers shirt with a Southern Steelers logo. And when I walked into the classroom, and they all liked me because I covered for Spanish in the fall for like a week, and the teacher had left so suddenly there were no plans. So all they know is when they see Mr. Weber, it's going to be a good day with almost no work. So I walked in playing John Williams' Superman theme on my phone. So they hear the drone, kind of the drone first, so dun 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 dun, and then they see me in the doorway. They get excited, and it's my daughter's class. Dun dun dun. I take 3 big steps to the center of the room, unbuttoning my jacket, my black jacket, as I get there. Dun 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 dun, and then to this nation of 7th grade Patriot fans, I pop it across Clark Kent style with the Steelers logo on full display right in the middle, right as the music sings.
Dun, dun, dun.
And they didn't cheer, to be clear, but they all laughed and made noise, right? So I got the reaction, and I was like, oh my God, I need entrance music everywhere. It was so cool. It was like when Edge first came back to the WWE as a guest after retiring after a couple of years. He was like, you know what's weird about retiring? Every time I walk into a room, I expect a smoke machine in my music. And
Right.
It's just not the same. so yeah, that's what I'm working on. So it's the old, I'm going to get you sucker line, right? It's theme music. Every
Right.
hero should have some.
How glad are you that idiot Chargers coach pulled the timeout at the end of overtime?
Because I was pretty sure the Oakland or Las Vegas coach was going to kneel, right? And you couldn't fault him for it if he did,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah, he's guaranteed at the situation. He's got the ball. He's 100% guaranteed of being in the playoffs as long as he keeps that ball.
yes, his job.
I just think he was running the clock down to try a field goal.
maybe
They were going to kick.
yeah. I know he seemed pretty honest when he said that they were having those discussions on the sideline, but
yeah.
I
don't.
They asked David Carr about it immediately after the game, and his reply was that they were going for the win, but the way things played out opened the door for them to get a little bit better odds at a win, if you will, by running another play.
Well, and I couldn't be mad because I went into the last weekend expecting not to get in because how is Indy going to lose at Jacksonville, right?
They found a way.
And then that happened.
It's what they do.
Steelers
Who
beat
called
the Ravens,
that one?
Right? There you go. And then I'm like, how can a game can't end in a tie? Come on now. And then I'm like,
Sure it can.
only if they both snap it to Bo and run around for the whole quarter, right? Like, but
Joining us in the bottom row, as you can tell by now, Joe Colton is off saving the world for democracy. It's rack time, Rob.
that's it.
3 weeks consecutively, an unprecedented run here on the big program.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Cal.
I mean, yeah.
Good to see you, Cal.
Figure we need to reestablish his brand, as there haven't been a whole lot of rack times lately. So
No.
we need to keep him fresh.
Yeah, we miss it. There's nothing better than nice rack time.
But
Hey,
My goodness. Oh, don't get our live chat started with that.
Come on now.
But if you're watching us on YouTube tonight, thank you. We appreciate you. Go ahead and give our video a like. Subscribe to our channel. Once you have the ability, leave a big boy comment down below. Not just live. We love live stream comments too, and there's going to be a lot of time for that tonight. A lot of time.
Yeah.
Because not much happened this week in the old world of G.I. Joe. But if you're watching us on Facebook, we appreciate that too. Make sure you give us some kind of a reaction there. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. Basically, just let all the internal workings at those sites know that this is what you're watching Fridays at 9, and that way it'll help push all of our notifications to you and all that other great stuff. It'll help spread the word. That's the two things you can do to help us the most: subscribe and then like the videos.
And if anybody gets out of line in the comments, Mike, you just let me know. I'll ban them all. All of them.
See, you
actually, what'll happen is my screen will just disappear.
Right. I'll ban the person. I'll ban the offending party and Rob.
Yeah, you just ban Rob.
I'm nothing if not thorough.
Yeah, there's a reason we don't give you the ability to do that on the TeamStream.
I've been practicing.
It's just
I made it through last week,
right?
Because who didn't have the ability to do anything, right?
No, it helps our numbers when I don't ban Rob.
Yes,
a lot.
I mean, it's gonna be tough to fill time this week as it is. You can't be cutting panelists,
right?
You do what you want over on Eternal Baseball. Well, we take a moment and go ahead. We're talking about Eternal Baseball. Go ahead and plug Eternal Baseball, Mark.
Oh yeah. So it's my side hustle. It's Eternal Baseball. It's the best baseball ever. Imagine an outfield of Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, and Babe Ruth. But that for every team playing in a full season. We're in our second season right now, and we have games live every day except Friday. Friday is when our free newsletter goes out. You can see our box scores and our lineups and talk on the team-specific message boards, all at eternalbaseball.com. And me and my partner, Brent Rotundi, do a podcast every Sunday night at 9 o'clock where we do the game of the week. It's a tight hour. It's a pretty good show. And because Brent has more kids and younger kids than I do, he calls out once in a while. And when he does, I put the Irizarry signal up in the sky. And Mr. Mike almost always is keen to hop in, as long as I will fulfill his two green M&M requests, which are, okay, so who are the Yankees playing and who's getting sent down for Willie Randolph?
Look, I don't force you to play the Yankees. Let's just clear that right now. I don't. That's not a super lock-in requirement. But I'm just saying, if I am going to play the Yankees, Willie Randolph must be on the team.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, if you're filling in, and I appreciate you filling in, and I have a fantastic game, right? Like 2 division winners.
Oh yeah,
we can hop in there and make bad decisions for one of them.
Absolutely.
But I already announced it this week because we have a history. The Yankees are always good because they've got 100 years of talent to pull from. And yet when Mike and I control them, invariably it's a tight game that we lose late. Always. Pretty much. So this week it's Yankees and Rangers. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Anyway, the Rangers are awful. The Yankees are good. So it should be a good show tomorrow night. Check it out. Look for Eternal Baseball on YouTube. We'll be live at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. And I'll put a cap on the sports talk. How's that?
Yeah, really. I mean, we're not even 10 minutes in, so this is we're quick.
How'd your fantasy football team do?
No Man's Wandering Partner.
I don't play that.
No Man's Wandering's partner is quick to judge this week.
Hold on. I promise I won't say a word about sports.
That's a lie, but
hold on. Worth the wait.
Show prep.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
There we go. The plug.
There you go.
Looking good.
That's a nice cap.
It's a little tight to my giant dome.
Well, that's to be expected.
Man, what can you do?
It's. I mean, Look, I'm one to talk. I just sit further away from the monitor.
Yeah.
Because I have to fit my giant head on the screen.
Yeah, I go about 220 and a half. Whatever you need.
Yeah. So I can't wear hats. So I'm kind of jealous of your hat.
I can barely wear hats. So this is one of those stretchy, one size fits all. They say.
There you go. Mark needs a What's on Joe Mine hat. We're trying to find a What's on Joe Mine hat maker that will make the right size for our giant-headed podcast.
As the guy
we need a plus-size podcast hat.
As the guy in the Western shop in Dallas said, your head is going to be a problem.
Need the What's on Joe Mine sombrero, perhaps.
Right. I'm still mad that I couldn't. One of my buddies at Hasbro, Angus Walker, was there with me, and I couldn't sell him on a bolo tie that said Texas Ranger on a star. And I'm like, that joke writes itself, man. It's $13 now.
Yeah, and there's another. Mark needs the What's on Joe Mine championship belt. That is something we've looked at too, but again, we got some other stuff we got to take care of before we get into ephemera like championship belt.
Oh no, I like where his head's at though.
That's a championship cummerbund.
Somebody clearly focused in on what we do here.
Yeah, this is the new 205 Live. Give me the belt that doesn't matter. I'm good with it.
Give me the belt for the show that's in a different show. Anyways.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we have up first tonight? We will actually go convention calendar first thing tonight.
Ooh, theme song.
And no, I don't have it yet. No. Look, man, it's tough. I had some other production work to do this week.
Fair enough.
And I actually have to open this. Hang on. Wow, I'm prepared. Only had all week.
Show prep.
Content calendar. How's that?
Community calendar.
Whatever. We'll fix it in post.
So post.
We'll do it live.
Oh my God. Things have fallen apart quickly tonight.
Yep.
Quickly.
It's Winterfest. Or KY something-a-thon. Careful with that one.
Oh, look, she's giving us a huggy guy anyway. All right, awesome. Awesome. We appreciate that. That's what it's all about. Getting your significant others to slowly leech on to the good time vibes that we give off here at What's on Joe Mind.
Ooh, I do have an Amazon box.
It's
in the background.
Not completely crushed, so Joe Self is assuming it's a G.I. Joe product.
I don't remember what was in that specifically.
Yeah.
And we know there's actually something in it because it's not a Walmart box.
Right? Yeah. Wouldn't it be something if I had a Target box back there
right.
and I was exposed?
Copyright strike.
That's exposed as a fraud. You know what? I need a Target box to send you barbecue in. Just.
Hey, Charlie Kokalski's got a good question. I don't know.
No, we can't do that. We promised. We promised no.
He's Huff's a Ranger. Nolan Ryan's an Angel. Just saying.
Okay. That answers that.
Oh, he's not an Astro?
So he's a hard one. He's a hard one, but
yeah, he's got 3 teams he could probably pitch for.
And the Mets are like, what about us? Like, you gave up about 25 years early, New York.
Yeah.
Pretty good though that they traded away Nolan Ryan and Tom Seaver within like a 5-year span. That's some good general management right there.
Oh,
here we go. Of course, tomorrow is G.I. Joe Winterfest 2 on January 15. That is tomorrow at Louisville, Kentucky, at the Hilton Garden Inn, close to the Louisville Airport. Tickets still available. You can head on out to see them online. www.kygijoe.com/Winterfest. And again, that is tomorrow. So if you're in the Louisville area, by all means, mask up and head on out to the Hilton Garden Inn. And then if we actually found another one, we're sent in by one of our loyal viewers. Retro Mania will be taking place next week. That is January 22 and 23, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days, with 9 a.m. entrance time available for VIP ticket holders. Includes special guests and a Magic the Gathering tournament. Tickets are available online or at the door at heritageeventcompany.com. So if you're down somewhere around New Braunfels, Texas.
That's what I'm typing up. Any idea?
I have no idea where New Braunfels, Texas is. Would have
I've heard of it. I've heard of New Braunfels.
Yeah, I have too. It's got to be close to one of the big cities, I'm sure. But
it's middle low.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Aren't all of them?
It looks lovely. Hey now.
I mean, no, I'm just saying. But think of Texas geography. There, all the big cities are.
I suppose that's true.
Southern half.
I went to a bowl game in El Paso once because ASU was playing, and I don't get to see them play live very often. And as you drive into Texas's west tip, it gave you it was like, San Antonio, 300 miles or whatever, 400 miles. And then whatever it is past Houston, the very eastern tip is like 1,490 miles away. And they put that on the sign just so you knew, right? It was like the baddest state flex ever on a green side of the road sign, just like Texas. Yeah. You won't be there today. Hell, you won't be there tomorrow. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Texas, and then a 5-day drive.
And then Alaska said, "Hold my beer."
Right, and Alaska was like, "We can't too."
Yeah, but you can't drive anywhere in Alaska, so that kind of throws that out.
That's why they got those ice road truckers.
Oh no, there's no roads. You gotta take boats or small planes.
Roads where we're going.
Alaska, we make you walk.
Yeah. Enjoy your time on the dog sled.
I should have gone to MapQuest for the first time in 20 years to find my New Braunfels, Texas. I am digging their logo, though.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Retromania is running wild.
It is running wild all over. What you gonna do when the 24-inch
Mansingers or Shogun Warriors?
Oh yeah, there you go.
But if you know of other shows for the community calendar, let us know. Send us an email to whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. And I do want to throw the caveat out there that with things being what they are, I'm probably parking community calendar for a few weeks. It's kind of bad faith for us to extol the virtues of masking up and staying home and not gathering up and trying to keep yourself safe as Omicron rips across various parts of our country. So I am probably going to shelve community calendar for a few weeks. I appreciate it if you know of something that's coming up in the spring or summer, because the further in advance I can get word of these things, the better job we can do giving them a mention on the community calendar. But if it's the next couple of weeks, I am probably not going to do it. So I apologize in advance if that, a show that you help run or something along those lines, but can't come down on both sides of the fence on this, right? Like we're either not getting together or we're doing community stuff, and it's really not responsible to do community stuff right now.
So that's because we got a conscience.
Yeah, it's difficult sometimes.
It's so hard.
I don't want to have this conscience, but it's there.
Yeah. You got an angel on one shoulder and a sun devil on the other.
I have a sun devil on both shoulders.
Yeah, that's a good point. Dancing guys feeling the mojo, though.
Love that. That's it for community calendar. That does bring us to the news.
Dude.
Yeah, we just have one news item this week, and that is, of course, the cancellation of New York Toy Fair. New York Toy Fair, scheduled for February 19 to 22, was canceled by the promoters back on January 11th. From their website, quote, "Key to our efforts these past 2 weeks has been the balance of some 700 remaining committed toy manufacturers saying they need and want Toy Fair 2022 to build their businesses, weighing that against those departing and seriously on the fence and needing to provide a sufficient quantity and quality across the retail buying community necessary to deliver a positive experience," said Steve Passierb, president and CEO of the Toy Association. "As that balance has shifted, we are obligated to make the best decision in everyone's interest, no matter how heartbreaking for so many and potentially damaging some business future prospects. The wide range of other events that occur across New York City during Toy Fair Week are now also impacted," end quote. So long story longer, that is them saying they've had a whole bunch of retailers, large retailers, and large exhibitors back out because of COVID concerns, and there just wasn't enough there to do a show that was going to do as much good as they want it to. Mark Weber, you are a former toy professional.
Ooh.
Yeah, nobody's wondering. Cancellation surprising virtually nobody. Hey, we called it last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
But we'll add that to the list, right?
Yeah.
But as a former toy professional, shed some light on the impact of New York Toy Fair on just how the calendar sets up for you, and not just from the Hasbro perspective, of course, but you worked for smaller companies as well. Mm-hmm. Just kind of walk us through what Toy Fair entails.
I mean, Toy Fair, when I was younger, which doesn't seem that long ago, but I guess it was, I loved going to Toy Fair when I was at McFarlane Toys, when it was everybody's best foot forward. So it was always cool to see, what everybody who was there was excited about what they were working on and revealing stuff that they haven't been able to talk about before. But even way back in the day, like figuring Toy Fair, I started at McFarlane Toys in 2002. Like even back then, frequently, I'm trying to think. I didn't go all the time, but I went occasionally. Having Hasbro and Mattel have their own off-site places, so you would go to Toy Fair, but you wouldn't be going to Hasbro unless you were invited to Hasbro's showroom. You wouldn't be going to Mattel unless you were invited to Mattel's area. And then that kind of seeped into the floor itself, where even some of the medium and eventually all the medium and a lot of the smallish medium companies were all behind locked doors, and you had to have an invitation to come in. So they didn't let just anybody see their stuff. So it ended up making kind of like a 3-tiered program. There was, the Eloy off-site, and then there was the middle class locked up. Do you have an appointment? And then maybe you can see our stuff. And then the Morlocks, which is everybody else, all the truly small companies who are available on the floor to show you their stuff and give you their best. I say hustle, and I don't mean that negatively, but essentially that's what it is, right?
Sure.
You got a limited amount of time to get people interested in your product, and you're in a sea of other companies similar to you. Even if their product is totally different, the companies are similar. So I never cared for that kind of triple slice of how Toy Fair broke down. It was exciting to prepare for, but like even when I was at Hasbro, when I was working on Transformers, because when I was on Joe, we didn't have much of a presence at Toy Fair. But when I was working on Transformers, it was a big brand, it was a big push, and I would help get the presentation together, and I would be available to answer questions around the presentation. But the brand team didn't even staff the booth. They had hired people who we trained to talk about our brand. And I never liked that. I always thought that was a gigantic mistake, but
yeah,
not my job. And not everybody is. There were really, really good brand managers at Hasbro who were no good in a room, right? Or, couldn't truly talk shop, whether
sure.
It was to a fan or a buyer. It wasn't a required skill set that, I hate to say it, but part game show host, right? That communication ability wasn't universal among brand managers. So I can understand where maybe you might need the professional hosts to relay the message, but I always thought I never wanted somebody else to present my brand, right? I think that's,
Sure.
I think that, and maybe it's just because I felt I was good at that, right? But
well, if we can vouch for something here on What's on Joe Mind, Mark, it's that you're a talker.
I can chat, right? I've been on this question for 6 minutes, but so for me,
all right.
it was
Tonight
just,
we need it,
right? Yeah, Phil just yeah. So, but I never liked that. I never liked as a fan, as a prospective employee, as a full-time employee. I never liked the way it felt. I felt like it should have been more, and that it was less than it could have been. And I know there's reasons why big companies are off site, and there's reasons why people keep their doors locked, but it just seems a shame that the idea of Toy Fair, that it's everybody's best foot forward, but you can only see some of it if you have an invite or if you're on the list.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that at all.
Yeah. So how about the impact of not having it there, though?
I mean, I think people are so used to doing stuff online now that, unless it's a really small company that can't pivot in time, basically anybody who was going to spend the money to have a booth at Toy Fair probably has a decent website of their own. So it may be different. It's certainly not business as usual. And yet, we've been drowning in this pandemic for a while. So
yeah.
So if Toy Fair got canceled and you're unprepared with a plan B, that's on you.
Yeah.
Right?
At this point, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's on you. So
it's one thing for 2 years ago, but
yeah. Just when it was new, and we haven't dealt with this before, but when it's the extension of I don't want to call it the new world, but the current reality, I think that's kind of on you. So I don't have a lot of sympathy for people who say their business is going to be drastically affected by the cancellation of Toy Fair. And by and large, toys are one of the industries that has really surged during the pandemic. So there's a lot of people who don't have it as easy as the toy industry has from a pure P&L standpoint.
Right. I think. I mean, truthfully, I think the effect of this is more mental than anything else. Like, I think we all got to a feeling in the fall where, oh, hey, this is finally starting to let up. Next year things might start to get to be back to normal, and then this winter came and said, oh no, not quite. And so we're kind of right back where we started from, and I think that's the bigger punch here.
Mm-hmm.
Is just suddenly the realization that no, things aren't good at all.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of it as anybody. I was in
Sure.
Oregon and Arizona for Christmas, right? And we were careful and super masked up and did our best to be safe given the travel decision we made. But people travel for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and as careful as you want to be, you're still mixing the soup, right? So here we are.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's that. If anybody else has any questions about Toy Fair, it's going to be on the list of stuff to chat about tonight. We will get to live chat questions momentarily.
And if you missed my 10-minute answer, the Cliff's notes are, I never liked it that much. and if it hurts you because you weren't ready for it, that's on you.
Yeah.
Well,
kinda.
I think that the big thing that people, a lot of people maybe don't realize about Toy Fair is that it's not an event for the public. It's for the manufacturers, for the retailers,
Sure.
And it's not, like people like traveling to New York that weekend as a tourist, like can't go around and walk around Toy Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I went there not to any real degree, no.
Yeah.
I went there in 2018 through a buddy, basically, who got me hooked up with a pass for an interview with a toy company. And I thought, I'm dressed up, I got my resume ready. Maybe I'll make some other contacts there, right? Or maybe I'll, spread the gospel a little bit more about this unbelievable marketing free agent. And I got to meet with the one company that was waiting for me, and everybody else was like, "Yeah, there's nobody here who can talk to you." And I'm like, "But I wore my James Bond jacket." And I'm like, "It's a nice coat, but
we don't bring HR here."
Yeah,
were you wearing this? Were you presenting yourself with the Superman theme?
Oh, would have been so good. It would have been the Bond theme though, because I have one really good piece of tailored clothing. It's like a black, like not quite trench coat, like half trench, very reminiscent of something Bond wore in, I think, Skyfall, and I love it. And I never get to wear it. I got to wear it to New York City in the winter, and it was perfect. And I didn't need to meet anybody else. Just the one gal on my dance card, and then back home to Rhode Island.
Oh well, at least one party had a chance to be.
Oh yeah,
impressed.
Yeah, I killed it. Let me tell
you. So, anyways, if you're just joining us on YouTube, by all means, thank you. We love you. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel. We are still driving to get to 1,000 subscribers. Excuse me. If you're watching us on Facebook, be sure to leave us some kind of a reaction. Give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy. We do love little huggy guy. Just whatever it takes to help grease the wheels with those social media giants and spread the word on our show and keep driving the size of our crowd. We got a pretty good one tonight. Appreciate that we apologize rather that we don't have a whole lot more to give you. But again, that does lead to more time to answer questions and chat with the folks in live chat, and we're always thankful for time like that. Can't have just breakneck news all the time. Right. Doesn't work like that. Not well anyway. But Mark's trying to share something.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
So you said like a pea coat? Yeah, like this.
All right, zoom in a little bit because we can't see that.
It wouldn't let me zoom in. I tried. I can save image.
All right.
Trust me, it looks good. It looks good.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that movie a couple times.
Split coat. It's a good coat.
So, anyways, we are going to take a minute here and get a word from our sponsors in. We'll see everybody in just a moment.
Back before Christmas, we promised you a giveaway, and things got busy. Still, a giveaway you shall have. But first, we got to talk about Kokomo Toys. I've known Todd and Amber Jordan for longer than there's been a What's on Joe mind. I've been lucky enough to consider them friends and partners in projects since they were hanging G.I. Joe planes off the ceiling at the original Kokomo Toys. Asking them to be the main sponsor for the show was a no-brainer when we reset the format a couple years ago. They believe in us, and they believe in our mission to build a better G.I. Joe collecting community, and have for a long time. They are awesome. Also, remember to check out their episode of A Toy Store Near You. If you have Amazon Prime, it's Season 2, Episode 4, or you can watch it here on YouTube. But I digress. Back in mid-December, a package arrived. Now, it was clearly marked as being from Kokomo Toys, and was marked WOJM giveaways on the label, so it was pretty clear what was up. Inside were the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow stealth cycles from Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins. Okay, I thought. Probably something that a lot of our fans passed on, so someone will be happy to get that for free. We set out to figure out how to give it away, and we'd have gotten that done if more packages didn't show up. The next week came a Good Guys pack, 3 heroes from Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins who got classified versions. That's Snake Eyes, Scarlet, and the very much didn't die in the movie Akiko. A few days later, it was another Good Guys pack, this time from Super 7's Reaction line. Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Quinn, and one of all 3 different G.I. Joe green shirts. Great! They were set to roll on the show right before Christmas on the 17th. But they weren't done. That day, one more package showed up with this inside. A classified Bat, a classified Alley Viper, and a classified Gung Ho. Hey, they had to keep that Good Guy pack theme going, I guess. And they got rolled into the pile of loot, ready to be given away. But by then, we're right on top of the holidays and everything that entails, so yeah, it's the beginning of the video all over again. Stop that! So here's how we're gonna do it. We've got 5 trivia questions, and the answers are all easy to find here on the What's on Joe Mind channel. They're in TeamStreams from 2021. You need to send us an email with all 5 correct answers to whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. We'll accept those emails through Thursday, January 20, 2022, and give the answers on the TeamStream the next night on Friday, January 21. That night, we'll get everyone who's qualified on the big wheel and pick 4 winners completely at random. No problem, right? You got this. On to the trivia. 1. Which episode was the only one in 2021 that didn't feature Mike? 2. Which very popular episode featured longtime friend of the program and G.I. Joe role-playing game writer Ryan Costello? 3. What's the name of the pet that belongs to Rotello, Carson Metaxas' original character, spotlight in episode 174? 4. Who's the main enemy of Call Sign Longbow, spotlighted in episode 171? 5. On which episode did the team celebrate the 10th anniversary of What's on Joe Mind? Good luck! Remember to send your entry to us at whatsonjoemind@gmail.com by 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, January 20, 2022. And yes, it goes without saying that you have to be subscribed to the channel to win. Back to you, me.
All right.
Hey, when'd you throw that together?
There was a lot of time. That
That's
was a lot of time.
Slick though. I assume Rob was playing the kazoo.
That was really half of it was fine. I was like, I need a good jazz kazoo number to be the backdrop for this.
I was a virtuoso kazoo player in college.
We have programs from his senior recital.
Nice.
It's where's the jingle? We'll give the jingle later. We do the jingle through shout-outs. Yeah. But there you go. Right? There's the contest. You got 5 questions. By all means, go back, rewatch later, and answer those 5 questions. Send that in an email to us, and you get all 5 of them right, you will be in the drawing for one of those 4 prize packages, which we will determine next week. Have them to me by Thursday, because I'm going to need Friday to figure out or to set up the big wheel, basically. So we gotta have some time for show prep, because Lord knows we didn't do any show prep this week except for putting together that 3-minute kazoo video. Mm-hmm. So
if only the showcase music from Price is Right wasn't copyrighted.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it would have been much easier to just pick one you like. But I was happy with the selection we had. But there you go. That's out there for guys like Torpedo Mike that can't get all the big companies to ship to Hawaii. Okay. So there's that, and that is all thanks to our good friends at Kokomo Toys. So next time you're online, be sure to check them out. You can shop them online at their eBay store. Just look for Kokomo Toys on eBay, or if you're in Northern Indiana, by all means. There you go. Right there.
And that's not just some old laying around stuff, right? Bat and Alley Viper. Like that.
No, this is
off the press.
Yeah, he sent that stuff unannounced. And basically I got back to him. I sent him an instant message. It's like, wait, you're expecting me to give these away? And yeah, apparently so. Man. So
did he send a barbecue?
No, that's we sent him your barbecue as to thanks.
Yeah.
So now we got to find another one for you.
Still available on Target.com.
So the guy named Weber can't get a barbecue.
Yeah, he can't get a grill. It's even spelled the same way. Fate school mistress, said the tick. Oh, irony. No, it's still on the couch.
It's right there. It's right,
first redheaded classified figure, theoretically.
I mean, anybody with a non-removable helmet.
Beyond Scarlet,
yeah,
redheaded dude, I guess.
My only trip to Kokomo, Indiana, was for a wrestling show where Coco Beware wore a stuffed parrot on his head on the way to the ring. That is fantastic.
Coco Beware, I think it was in a WrestleMania, jumped off the top rope and was trying to do some kind of head scissors on the big boss man. And he just kicked his legs out and flattened him, center of the ring. And I'll never forget. I said to my brother and I took turns killing each other. I did my best Coco impression. I go, my ribs are crushed. And my brother laughed for like a minute straight. And then I figured out he wasn't laughing at my impression. He had his own line to deliver that had self-cracked him up.
Oh, even better.
Just barely squeaked out, Coco be dead.
That's good when you can try to out Mystery Science Theater each other like that.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good match.
But yeah, so that's it. Be sure to get your once we're done here tonight, be sure to get together your email and do some rewatching of some old episodes to get your answers. They are easy answers. So don't stress out too much that we're making you dig real hard. But that opens up the floor. If anybody has questions in the live chat, we will take those questions now for a little while. We got lots of time. It might be an early night if you guys don't have a ton of questions because nothing much happened.
If nobody has any questions, you'll have to go back to class. Dude, ask something.
That's a professional right there.
Will those contest questions be posted somewhere? Yes, I will get the questions up on our various social media outlets at some point. Probably not tonight. I'd rather have you guys, I'd rather have everybody watch the show first. Give everybody a chance.
All right, Occam's Razor is out here selling Indiana short.
Kokomo Toys, finally a reason for someone to travel to Indiana since Bobby Knight's retirement. I would say that Bobby Knight retired is a reason to go to Indiana.
Yeah.
I knew the state had something to offer. We're in the middle of it, so thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
A lot, Occam's Razor.
Maybe since they closed Mattingly's in Evansville.
Yeah,
well, it was in Evansville, the third largest city in the state that had no direct road to get there.
Yeah, you can't get there from here.
You can now, but
Yeah, but you couldn't then.
Yeah.
Beta Ray Bob asks, what is the airspeed velocity of a coconut-laden swallow? And, of course, European or African.
Right. You have to know these things when you're a king.
Yeah.
There we go. Here's Vagon. Vagon has a thing of his own. He has an easy art contest. All you have to do is check out his tweets and his YouTube channel.
Fair enough.
So shout out to Vagon there. Be sure to check him out. He's been popping up on Thursday nights. I think it's Thursday nights. So there you go. Another. Do we get to count you as a spawn of What's on Joe Mind? There's a lot of you out there.
Or the Army.
Part of the What's on Joe Mind tree.
Can I answer Matt Rubin's question before it scrolls off?
No, I have one from McDowell. What current classified figure do you want to see repainted in sub-team colors? And Racktime Rob, why don't we start with you? Because we talked to Mark. Talked to Mark all about Toy Fair. We're tired of listening to him.
Mm-hmm. I'm tired of me.
Well, let's see. We have Duke coming, right?
Duke is supposedly coming, yes.
Supposedly coming, and we know Python Vipers are coming.
Yes.
That is a good question. I'm trying to think of sub teams floating around out there that would, on figures that have been out and would look good.
I'm not sure there's an easy answer to that.
Yeah, there's not.
Well, rather than watch the gears in Rob's head grind, Mark, do you have an answer?
Well, I mean, you could take Gung Ho and put him in Mega Marine colors. Wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But it might be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, now.
It'd make as much sense as putting an army hat on him and giving him an Aryan tattoo. But, vaguely Aryan.
Should have gone with the T-shirt.
Should have gone with the T-shirt. But you know what would be cool? I mean, it's not Joe Cannon, but a Night Force Scarlet.
Oh, yeah.
I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Like that.
Yeah, that would
cool
be.
Looking. I'd be, not bad. So there you go.
Rob, do you finally have something?
Well, I know there's some people floating around like Night Force Lady J, but I want, I kind of wonder, what would a Night Force Beachhead look like?
About the same.
Maybe.
He came with the Moray a few years back, so.
Wait, what was the Beachhead repaint that didn't get released? Wasn't there like a I thought there was a guy based on Beachhead that didn't get out.
I don't
He
think
was like,
so.
I thought it was like in the background of some official Hasbro group shot, but it didn't get released. I'm trying to remember who that dude was.
You mean Wreckage?
Might be man. I'm thinking of Wreckage.
I mean, he popped out during Valor versus Venom. He came with that 4x4 Toyota truck looking thing.
Wasn't there wasn't there like a Tiger Force Beachhead that they called somebody else too?
Yeah, that's
that was not that was a Firefly figure actually.
Firefly, that's something.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was Wreckage, the original Wreckage.
Sabretooth? Wasn't there a Sabretooth guy?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, I think, because there was definitely, it was like an orange Beachhead, which is just,
something like that. But no, Orange Beachhead was the Club Tiger Force Beachhead.
You know, they could do a Tiger Force roadblock because we need more roadblocks.
Yeah,
I'm looking for a comment from Phil Donnelly because he's got to be going nuts butchering this here.
Yeah, because the only other figure that they have out now that like had a sub-team repaint would have been Marauder's Barbecue.
Right. Or you could do, it's not the same mold, but you could do what, Sonic Fighters Major Blood, right?
Kind
of.
No, really, that's not a bad figure, really. I should stop grunting Marge Simpson style on it. But anyways, I'd go basic on this one. Any good excuse to get another round of that Flint figure out there would be a Tiger Force Flint.
Tiger Force Flint, yeah.
My mind doesn't.
Occam's Razor is apologizing. He's just teasing. He loves the Hoosier State because we got Larry Bird.
My mind doesn't go to Tiger Force automatically because Tiger Force sucked.
Shots
fired. My hot take. Hot take alert.
Ryan Sweeney asks, Mark, how does a company like Hasbro figure out how many figures will be in a figure wave? Is it the amount of deco hits or tooling or both?
It was. I mean, it's always can be a little different, but you're always starting with item count, right? Nothing's more important than item count. And then how big the wave is, you've got some maneuverability because if you're just re-releasing something, you could expand a wave out. But, if I have two new sculpts, say these are single pack figures, and I get two that are brand new sculpts, two that have a little bit of parts, two that are paint changes only, and two that are re-releases. I could add more re-releases to that wave, but if my case pack is only 10 or 12, the more I stretch that wave, the less of the brand new sculpt guys I'm getting out per pack. So, you could go, sure, 14 in this wave. You could feasibly do that, but your case pack is still the same. And so you're just shrinking the availability of the new sculpt Destro and the new sculpt, the God forbid, brand new character that you came up with. So it was, paint ops have something to do with it and tooling for sure. But there isn't any hard or fast, at least on the lines I worked on. There was never any hard or fast rule about how many were available in this wave.
I love that even after all that, the answer is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good because it gave you some flexibility. Like there were guys, what I like doing, especially because we were two-packing, I like getting characters out there, figures out there again that hadn't gotten a full release, right? Or came out late in the line or just had gotten crazy expensive on eBay or were just damn good figures, right? That deserved, another kick of the can. And there were a couple I didn't get to, like some of the Pseudo Cobra guys, like the last Lifeline that came out was just an outstanding figure, but it didn't get out in any great numbers. So that's one I wanted to release, or like how I got Alpine out again because hardly anybody found that at retail. And because it came out in a multi-pack, it was a ridiculously expensive figure for what is kind of a B-level Joe, right? Like everybody likes him, but he's hardly anybody's favorite.
Right.
So that stings a little more, right? I remember as a collector, I was like, I'll be damned if I'm going to have to drop $100 on Alpine, right?
Yeah.
Like Interrogator, I won't like it, but I'll be happier when I get it because he's my guy. But Alpine, that was going to be a tough one. So I liked doing that, like finding ones that we could add to a line that wouldn't cost me item count, but would be well received by the fans. That was a big thing I tried to do, was make smart picks with those re-release options in a way.
Getting some responses to the repaints from Classified. Tim Peterson wants Slaughter's Marauders Barbecue. Nightwing #1 wants Night Force Lady J.
With a new head.
Matt Rubin, Ninja Force Scarlet. Matt Rubin. My goodness, that's almost 5 minutes right there. Python Patrol Major Blood's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they could just do
Night Force
repaints on-
Beachhead. I'm with you, Photo Viper.
Battle Force 2000 Big Lob.
But, Matthew Comstock asks, which original 13 figure do you want in classified form that hasn't been done yet? I'll give my real quick and tidy answer on this. Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, either him or Rock and Roll.
Yeah, Rock and Roll would be a good one, too.
With a gun would be cool, but Stalker.
I mean, but we know Stalker's
We know
coming.
he's coming.
Yeah,
That's why
I
they're
Stalker's
saying
coming.
it. Yeah.
but he hasn't been done yet, right? I don't have him. So, but
But
yeah,
we
I
know
would.
he's coming.
And Flash is one I would love to see done and reimagined, right? As long as you kept the things that are important: the cool laser gun, the red in the uniform and the visor. I could see him
Yeah.
modernized, and it would be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flash.
Flash is a guy that you get out and you check out some customs, and Flash is there's a lot of great ideas out there that people are putting on Flash.
Yeah.
It's as a Flash fan, it fills my heart with it makes the cockled organ that pumps black sludge through my body
Right.
feel a little bit warmer.
It was
You
a good.
didn't like the the Rise of Cobra Gimp Mask Flash?
You know, except for the Gimp mask, I didn't mind him. I didn't care for that mask setup, but
Yeah, that
if
was
you had the
an
helmet
odd-
on him, he was pretty
an
cool.
odd choice.
Yeah. There was a good point made on Facebook this week, and this question reminds me of it because my favorite of the original 13 was Steeler. I mean, Natch, right?
He'd be a good one too.
But that was the question: was do guys who are distinct vehicle drivers have a home in classified at all? Like I liked Ace too. Do I want an Ace figure
With no chance of a
in
Sky Striker.
classified with no hope
Yeah.
of there ever being a plane for him? I'm not sure. There are guys, weird as it may seem, Clutch would be kind of cool just on his own. I'd buy Clutch without a vamp, but Steeler without the tank or Thunder without the Slugger. I mean, these are some of my favorite Joes of all time, but without the vehicle, what's Thunder going to do without the Slugger?
The one who works best, I think, is probably like Wild Bill.
Yeah, because he's got character, right?
Yeah.
He's got a look
They spent a lot of time giving us fleshing Wild Bill out.
Yeah.
He's got that distinct cowboy look, and you can really play that up. So
Yeah. Plus redhead. So
Yeah, D-Bash, Tiger Force Beachhead, and Pumpkin Orange. I'm on board. On board.
how many of those would you need, Mike?
Just one. Just one's fine. But a Cobra Commander wants Night Force Snake Eyes.
wait, I almost said that to be a wise ass, but
Day Force. Snake Eyes,
Day
right?
Force. He's sky blue.
White with a yellow sack.
Firefly's got a good question for the honcho. Asked a few weeks ago, but now we know ORing isn't going to Walmart. What do you think Hasbro's plan is with bringing ORing back?
I mean, I don't know. Like, if you were, let me be diplomatic about it, right? I don't know what limitations they're working under. So, and frequently, when I worked in toy, you would get crucified online for things that you would have liked to have done, but couldn't for reasons you couldn't share. So, but to have the Sky Striker be the launch of the new O-Ring and not have a new program to follow it up, and that's what it feels like right now, but that might not be true. And maybe that's what they were going to share at Toy Fair if Toy Fair happened.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hang them out to dry and that's something they don't get enough credit for. Is I would love to have seen in hindsight, because it wouldn't be breaking any news now. But I wonder what the original plan was, right? Just for G.I. Joe without COVID, right? And not that it's unique to the Joe brand. Everybody had to scramble. But Joe was really getting relaunched when COVID.
Yeah, right when it hit. It pretty well simultaneously.
So I wonder what those waves were supposed to look like, what the rollout was supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I don't think
that paperwork's out there. Like
the whole thing.
I mean, well, initially when those waves got announced, like we knew that Wave 2 was supposed to be It was Gung Ho and the Red Ninja and Cobra Commander, and then there was some that was a short wave. But then wave 3 was Flint, Lady J, Zartan, Barbecue, and Major Blood, I think. But it's out there, but you have to dig back for it because it's been in some places probably removed and updated, and it would take more research than probably worth doing at this point. But
and I've said before a couple times, I think I don't think Hasbro gets enough credit for how smoothly they have kept it going, the flow of product at least.
Yeah, especially with the movie getting delayed and having to delay that product simultaneously, it's been a task.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think they deserve a lot of credit for that. It isn't natural to see and go, oh yeah, they really did a good job with it. So I don't know what they're planning for O-ring or not planning or how that's changed. But if you wanted to do it right, that sounds rough too. But in a perfect world, you would have the Sky Striker be the kickoff for the O-ring line, and that's still kind of dangerous to have a Kickstarter basically to kick off your line, because what if it doesn't fund?
Yeah.
So now lots of people believe that if they really want it to fund, they'll make it fund, one way or the other, and that's always possible. But even if you're going to kick it over the finish line, it'll still be clear that it kind of struggled on its way. And that's not what you want to tell retailers about the big return of O-ring Joe. So,
I wonder if since it wasn't going to Walmart, and if it's not going to Walmart, I'm kind of glad, because we hardly ever see Walmart exclusives around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Walmart distribution leaves a lot to be desired. As much as people have complained about Target in the last couple of years, Walmart has always been twice as bad at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I found a Soundwave. I was just pure luck. And thanks for making a Walmart exclusive out of Soundwave.
Right.
But that seemed to have been the place for the retro reissue. They got the Ghostbusters stuff. They always get the retro reissue Transformer.
But shout out to Joe Colton from Kevin and Renee McClendon.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine, by the way. She had stuff she had to do. It was funny. We were watching the first couple episodes of Book of Boba Fett, and they catch that one Night Creeper guy, and they're interrogating him, and they dropped him in the Rancor pit at Jabba's palace, and he starts freaking out because the door starts opening, and then what's her name leans over and says, "It's empty," because there's no Rancor in there, and I was like, "Of course it's empty. It didn't fund." So, anyways.
And for the record, her name is Mrs. Weber.
Does the current Mrs. Weber know this?
Just saying.
About to say, she might be in the room.
Just saying.
Anyway, Joe Self asks, what is one classified figure you really want to see released in 2022 that either hasn't been officially announced or leaked by some 2-bit Slime Show podcast? So that's perhaps
there is a second half. There is a second half to the year we didn't get. Yeah,
that we're Lord knows we're working on it. But for me, I'm going to double up my answer. It's still Flash. What can I say? I'm a fan. Rob, how about yourself? Your guy Snake Eyes. He's been done 8 times already. So.
I normally don't have to worry about Snake Eyes getting done. Yeah.
No.
Scrap Iron. I think you need
a good one.
That'd be neat.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah.
That's a good call right there. But I'll double up in a different way, and I would have to say Dr. Mindbender and Sci-Fi.
Stop.
What?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
What?
Stop baiting the trolls.
You didn't tell me there were limitations on what I could play.
Occam's Razor likes Star Brigade Cobra Commander. That would be pretty cool.
I'd have to go with Robo Joe, right? Who doesn't want Robo Joe?
Just buy an Ironmonger.
I could take a pass on Robo Joe.
My guy that'll never get made is Interrogator. He's awesome. He's Boba Fett. So just use Boba Fett and then different paint. You're good.
You've seen one balaclava, you've seen them all, but it's true.
Right.
But I need to own them all. Yeah. Slaughter's Marauder, Snake Eyes. Tiger Force or Night Force, Flint.
Flint's halfway to Night Force as it is.
Yeah.
Bryn Anderson drawing the battle lines. I agree with the honcho.
That's
Tiger
it.
sucks.
That's what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
our good buddy Charlie Garrison's got Dreadnoks.
Dreadnoks would be awesome.
Yeah.
Look, if you were asking me what faction I want to see, that's the
Dreadnoks,
faction I want to see.
Yeah.
But if it's one character, it's Flash. But if Dreadnoks, yes.
I'd pay for a Dreadnok 3-pack with Buzzard Ripper
yeah.
Torch. Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
And
Look, Road Pig may be number 2 on that list for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Because freaking classified Road Pig, they do that crap up right.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Lenny would go nuts for the for the muscle head, swinging the.
You look at him; he's
hammer.
dying. Lenny looks like the type of guy you mentioned. Road Pig, and be like, oh yeah.
But I think, and as cool as Road Pig is for me, they don't have to go beyond the original trio, right? If they just did those 3, you could get out with that.
Really, with Zorana coming.
I don't think they even need Zorana.
Well, Zorana's coming.
But she's supposed. We're 99% sure she's on the way. So good point.
But
the original 3, you have to make those guys. After that, there's really only 2 other Dreadnoks that are really any name, and it's Road Pig and Zorana.
And I think Monkey Wrench has a little bit of pull.
Little bit.
But like it was like when I was doing good work there. I wouldn't make Starscream if I wasn't going to make Thundercracker and Skywarp, right? I wouldn't make one Insecticon. So don't give us Buzzer and then just back away from it, right? Like, you got to do all 3. You're going to do them, you got to do all 3, right?
White Vegeta asks, you can only have 6 classified figures redone on Classic Cardback. Who do you pick? Why don't we each take 2?
And we're making a line?
We're given 6 classified figures on Classic Cardback. Like this line that's popping up at Walmart.
Yeah.
Well, we already know it's Lady Jane Baroness. So
sure, we know that those are coming, but we're not going to stay married to that. We're going to put the 6 that we want.
Yeah.
So, Mark Weber, why don't you give us 2?
I'll give you. I was going to do Destro and Baroness, but that's 2 really dark black figures, and we got to get Snake Eyes in there somewhere. But I do Baroness, right? Not just because it's a great figure that people had some trouble locating, but she hasn't been on a card at all, right? Or in a box. You had to get the big dumb bike with her. So yeah, Baroness on a card back, totally down with that.
Would you do Baroness in blue?
If I could, yeah, I would definitely change it up. Or red, right? Either way. If I could change the color, I would. And if I couldn't, I'd still put out the Baroness in black.
Okay, we'll say that color changes are inbound.
Okay. So I'll do a blue Baroness. And I'll do I'd almost just want to do a Viper. You wouldn't even have to change them. Just get the Viper out there. You'd sell so many Vipers.
Oh, yeah.
So Viper, Baroness. There you go.
Funny.
But how about you, Ragtime Rob?
Let's see. Let's pick a Joe. Snake Eyes is a given. But
yeah.
I would say you've got to do Flint, too.
Turn to the microphone.
Snake Eyes, and I would say you have to do Flint, too.
Okay. I'm going to stick with Lady J. Just you can stick to the Sunbow specific, with the light top and the dark pants, and just keep the one hair head and the javelins, and then you can save a little bit on accessories, and then maybe do a Stinger driver out of a Cobra infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Cobra officers, since they're coming.
Yeah, either way, but it's something to reuse the Cobra Trooper as one of its many redos. I don't want to necessarily throw Python Patrol in there because people are going to army build the heck out of that. But but something that maybe folks wouldn't get 1,000 of would be great.
If I had a dog in the fight or a foot in that door, if Pulse did a Viper pilot, just did the Cobra infantry with the silver, and if I were there, I would fight to fix that stupid knife.
Turn it upside. Just drop it. You drop it half an inch. It's so much better.
Or just flip it. Right. I know it's not that
simple.
simple. But spool it up and flip it so that the handle's down, not up, and we're brilliant. So I think they'd sell some Viper pilots. Ain't nobody got the 4-inch Viper pilot except Mike Irizarry.
I got 2.
For $5 each.
Right. Right.
30 years ago, but
Biff McConkie Donk agrees. Hasbro could always add some red lines to their Baroness releaser as Chameleon.
Yeah, nobody cares about that.
Yeah. But
I don't
if
even
you
know
if you
really
missed
why
out on
they-
the Baron, you could buy it and just say, "Look, Baroness."
Why did they do Chameleon? I don't know the backstory of that.
I
They were gonna. I mean, she played a role in the current comic.
That was from
Yeah.
the Real American Hero collection, right? Toys R Us.
yeah, and
2000.
I don't think there was a reason ever presented for it. It was just something they tried to do to create some interest with the file card. I think. I don't think there was ever a reason for it.
There was a 12-inch toy, and I don't remember what it was. It was not Joe, that had a character called Baroness in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Possible.
I wonder if they actually lost that trademark role.
Possible.
Well, they might have had to fight for it.
Yeah. I don't remember what that was, but I'm sure other fans do. Yeah, see?
Diana Davis asked, why was there never a Tiger Force Snake Eyes or Night Force, et cetera, et cetera? That's because there was usually a regular Snake Eyes on the pegs.
Yeah.
I mean, the original came out in 82. They carried him until the second one came out in 85. And then Snake Eyes was gone for like a year, and the third one came out in 88?
9.
89. So, yeah, so it was 85, 86, and I think 87. So that Snake Eyes 2 was still out there. So then 89 was the third one, and then there was pretty much a Snake Eyes every year, every other year after that. So I don't think they needed to worry about repainting Snake Eyes because they kept making Snake Eyes.
The biggest gap they had with Snake Eyes was 87 and 88.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they could have got some legs out of it, and I would have loved to have done it, is to do more themed Snake Eyes, right? Like an Arctic Snake Eyes that had him in a white and gray kind of outfit, right? The idea of Snake Eyes in jet black running around in the daytime in the jungle or in the desert or in the Arctic. I was like, he's a commando. Like, he's going to try to be stealthy. And
Jungle's one thing. You get into some thick canopy. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. But yeah.
But like
the Arctic.
desert Snake Eyes that was largely tan, that had some black highlights so you remember who this is, or an Arctic Snake Eyes. I think that would have been really cool, but they never really got it.
They gone. Thanks for promoting my show and my art contest. Hey, it's no trouble, man. I'll give everybody else out there. We'll plug just about anything. They gone went about this the right way and actually sent stuff in advance. Mm-hmm. So if you can get word to us, we will do our darndest to get it on the program for you. This has always been a community show. For over 10 years, almost 11 years, we're a fan cast. It says it right in the logo. We're a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. We're here for you, and sometimes that means we're getting to you. Now, that said, sometimes if you spring stuff on us at the time of show, we can't necessarily pivot to get it all in to any kind of degree. But Vagon went and found me before this week's program, and so I was able to at least work his business in there. And frankly, we're happy to do it, man. You're a good guy. We appreciate your time every week. You're out there for us, so we really appreciate it.
But if you're a multi-millionaire doing a stunt on YouTube opening Pokemon cards that's fake as the day is long, we're not going to talk about that.
When it's a total staged event, we don't care.
Oh my gosh! Did you see what happened? Come on.
No.
Moron.
Yeah. Talking about $3.5 million like it's nothing. No, that wouldn't happen that way. That doesn't work that way in the real world, guys. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, we do have a question here from Matt O'Brien asking, like, what do we think the second half?
Let me find it before we can ask it. We'll get there.
All right. I think that's a good question.
McDowell throwing some sound effects out there. Zap.
No, that's a figure request.
Yeah.
I really. Are you sure?
McDowell's just letting us know he likes the old Batman TV show.
Salty.
Matt O'Brien, we need classified vehicles. You think we'll ever get a classified display piece or part of a base? I like that idea, actually. I like the idea of a classified display piece or piece of a base, something like the statues have, like Mark's precious Destro statue from last week. So but stuff like that would be awesome, frankly. If you did that for classified, it'd be great. I don't know if we'll see it. I don't know if we'll ever see anything past small vehicles. But I think we will get a few more small vehicles at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zapper
There he is.
Hausdauer. Oh boy.
Look at that.
There he is. And again, you give me classified Destro to pop on that base piece, and it's still going to look pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So,
But I think they are going to, because there are a decent amount of little vehicles that would still be cool. Like, we got to get a claw glider at some point, right?
Yeah, it's too easy. There's got to be a jump pack at some point.
Got to be a jump
Trouble
pack,
bubble.
like,
I'd love to see a trouble bubble, although
Ferret.
the shape of the trouble bubble kind of makes it challenging. I could see that not necessarily being a slam dunk.
maybe a silver mirage that's authentic and falls apart and has 0 play value.
Yeah.
Hated the silver mirage.
Or
I
maybe one that fixes those problems and is a valued piece of your collection.
I was so thrilled I got that one Christmas and so disappointed. I was putting that thing together. I was like, it was falling apart as I was putting it together.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, and they made it look so cool on the show, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have that big Gatling gun like the Ram. It's got an actual sidecar. You can have 2 people on the working the bike. Just because it's awesome, and it just didn't work.
Even on the box art, they got gung ho in the sidecar, and he never looked less masculine than riding in the sidecar.
Just Burt Warden it up in the sidecar.
Look, man, Burt Warden it.
So bad.
And there are those Flash costumes that give him a red bodysuit and yellow lightning bolts. Don't know what those are about.
So weird.
I don't know either. I like the ones with the Mercury helmet though.
I like Flash from Earth 5. He's awesome.
McDowell says he needs the vehicle drivers. Those are people too.
Some of my favorite figures are vehicle drivers. I'm a sucker for Ace, Steeler, Thunder. Like, those are my guys. Updraft, one of the most underrated Joes. But
Firefly is all about classified Copperhead. I think Copperhead's got enough of a personality that he could exist.
Copperhead's somebody who could work. You could turn him like a swamp fighter type of.
Yeah, you could do things with Copperhead.
I always liked that Copperhead was a kind of muscly figure, and that he was hard to fit in that cockpit, right? Because you would think that being a Florida musclehead,
you had to grease him up.
Yeah, like, this just came in from Destro. It's a straight swamp cruiser thing. You're going to be amazing in it, and you look at it, it's like it's got a cockpit of a Miata, right?
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and squeeze on in there, Copperhead.
Hey, Mike, we're going to play with the water moccasin. Go get the butter so we can get Copperhead in there.
Right. Or can you imagine, like, battle gone wrong and it's in flames, right? The flames are coming. He's trying to get out, right?
It's just stuck.
I don't remember that.
Why that glass piece flew off so easy. He was just busting it out of there.
Yeah.
It's burning. He's yelling at Major Blood to save him, and Blood's like, "Smell you later. This is kind of my thing."
Unpopular opinion from Beta Ray Bob. I think trying to bring back O-ring is a bad idea. A ball and socket joint between the waist and torso gives the same O-ring style articulation without the decaying rubber ring. I tend to think you're right.
Yeah.
But if they're going to go classic articulation, they made their decision. They've at least upgraded the quality of the O-ring in there. It's not the same thing you get at the hardware store anymore. So we'll see if maybe these. I guess we'll just wait another 15 to 20 years and see how they're doing, huh?
At least it's an easy fix as long as you're not mint on card.
Right.
That's it. That's one of my favorite or least favorite Hasbro-isms for Better Ray Bob. I don't disagree. Oh God! Every time I heard that. But yeah, Rob's got the salient point there. Because it is a simple fix, unless you're a mint on card guy, it's not really a problem.
Yeah,
but man, those guys who've sunk thousands of dollars into their mint on card collection, and I look at pictures of them all hung on a wall, and I can't look at them without hearing tick, 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 because
I know.
And the graded ones,
like
I got a 82 Snake Eyes graded 95. Like, that's
sell it
great.
now.
Get back to me in 5 years.
Sell it now.
Do you think characters like Sparks or Shooter will ever be done? Honestly, I have my doubts.
It would take a brand manager with knowledge of the brand and an understanding of what the fans really want to get you a shooter figure.
They've got so many big figures, big names to get out that the niche ones I think are going to be
the way of the retro inspired toy business is to get out the greatest hits. So Sparks and Shooter are pretty far down that list.
Shooter's great, but she won't outsell low light, right?
No.
Yeah.
So if you want a sniper,
Recondo or fifth roadblock repaint or
Torpedo, wetsuit,
people
snow
just
job.
don't know.
Yeah.
Unless you are a real dyed in the wool, been around a long time kind of fan, you just don't know who Shooter is. And that's the fear.
Just a word of wisdom here to my friends at Hasbro. However many Recondos you think you'll sell, take one away.
No, I'm buying that one for Joe Colton.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
There you go.
Happy Arbor Day from Recondo.
Will 2022 be the year of the first classified HasLab? Maybe. I mean, it's been. I think classified has rocked the boat enough that it's got to be up on the list.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. I wouldn't necessarily be disappointed if it didn't. Because I'm not a Star Wars guy. I don't have the kind of loot to throw around on toys. I don't even have a living room to put them in. So, yeah, it's that would be difficult. But I don't think it would be. I mean, I would be surprised by it. I don't want to make it sound like I know more than I know, but
you wonder about the timing and what they know and when they don't. And if you're a Book of Boba Fett fan and you haven't watched this week's episode, this is when you cover your ears for 30 seconds. So consider that fair warning.
All right, spoilers. Spoilers.
How are you going to have the return of the Rancor 6 weeks after the thing doesn't fund?
Yeah, I don't think
didn't know about it, right?
Yeah.
Because dollar to donuts at some dark point in the future, the Rancor is going to come busting out with somebody on the back of it, right?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hold up.
You can
All
come
right.
back now.
Come back now. It's all good.
Come back.
Come back.
So
Spoilers are back.
Okay, and we're fine and we're clear. But that makes me wonder how well attuned some of the HasLab stuff is to what's actually happening or what's going on.
Disney and particularly the Star Wars guys, the Marvel guys over at Disney, they're so secret with that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure if Hasbro came out and said we don't know, because they don't want it to leak, I totally believe it.
There was and it's unconfirmed but widely believed is true, a Hasbro guy visiting a Lucasfilm set back in the day, and all he texted was, "Dude, I'm on the blank set right now, losing my mind." And immediately there were phone calls the next day, essentially, "Do you need us to fire him for that?" Right? Like, because they're so absolute in don't talk about it, don't tweet about it, don't even take your phone out. If your grandma's sick, don't come visit us so you can answer that phone call if you have to. So yeah, they take it super serious.
Plus, this Rancor, I think had been in the works for a long time, long before I think we even knew the Book of Boba Fett was even going to happen.
Yeah, all right, possibly. But if
they were leaking that last year,
if I had to bet $1 one way or another, I think you're getting a classified HasLab this year. Probably Vamp or Hiss. That's my guess.
They gone ask Crazy Legs? No, but I got wacky arms.
Right? Look at that.
I think maybe Ripcord first.
Can they do this?
Andrew Goen wants October Guard. That'd be neat. I need Dreadnoks first, though.
Would you take Crazy Legs over Ripcord or Airborne?
No.
I wouldn't.
I think
no, but that's his guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny they gone his guy.
Totally respect it.
It's red, but he's kind of a cool figure.
Night Force Crazy Legs?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in. Yeah. That's why I like Night Force. It improved a couple guys tremendously.
I think we're looking at Ripcord as the first paratrooper.
And,
which Ripcord?
Hey, you all, did you know there's a like button and a share button? So hit them and keep this party going. We appreciate that. Absolutely.
That's a good point.
I actually want an Ice Cream Soldier. No judgment. Really like that figure. I don't know if we can abide by the no judgment.
Funny thing about that, when they flipped him, when they color paletted him,
it's a lie. It's fine. Like what you like.
When they made him Cobra Shock Trooper and made him blue,
it's a better looking figure.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great mold.
It wasn't. It was just the color was funky. The name was a goof, and none of the weapons worked for him at all. Right? He had that stupid weapon tree sprue and none of it worked in his hands or looked good or.
Well, his specialty too,
Yeah.
Flamethrower Commando.
Yeah.
What the? Did you just pick those two names out of a hat?
I think so. It's just a random name generator.
That whole era where the guy would have a molded on helmet and he would get 5 weapons or 5, firearms and 2 knives and a sword and a scythe and a glaive.
And it was
you're like,
Doc.
If you just give me one good gun, a helmet, and a backpack, I'm thrilled. But give me 9 things. You can only carry 2. Right? And he can't attach any to his non-existent backpack. So that whole era left me kind of flat as a fan.
Beta Ray Bob has another question. Are there any other 1/18th scale figures you guys collect besides G.I. Joe? Racktime Rob, you're probably the most across the board toy guy here. So what about you? Any 1/18ths?
1/18. Well, 1/18th is a 3 3/4 scale, right?
Right.
No, I mean Star Wars stopped, but stopped after G.I. Joe, gave us knees and elbows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, currently.
Currently, no.
Mark, anything?
I did just because it was easy. While I was at Hasbro, I collected the Marvel Universe 3 3/4 guys, but I was really careful because I knew that was a rabbit hole I didn't want to fall into. So I just did X-Men, like good X-Men, not like Strong Guy and Blink and some of that.
Hey, don't be dissing Blink now.
But and then they did some Alpha Flight, and I was an Alpha Flight honk back in the day, so I did a little
X-Men.
Was that Exiles? Was it?
I didn't do Exiles.
For Blink, yeah. It was Exiles.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I'm a purist.
The ones of those that I thought about buying were the Secret Wars 2-packs.
Yeah, those were cool. And the one guy I really liked because he had no powers, he was just awesome, was Union Jack. That guy's cool looking.
Right? Yeah, I have the Marvel Legends.
Yeah, he's cool. So,
yeah, it's a great costume design.
Yeah, and you can kind of see him working in with the G.I. Joe universe a bit at the same scale, So I might have a Union. There was a British guy who had a sales guy at Hasbro who on his desk had like 15 Union Jack figures taking down a Sentinel, right? It was like the British Empire rising again. It was awesome.
And he's not even a mutant.
Right?
I will occasionally peruse into Vitruvian hacks and get an odds and ends out of that from Boss Fight. But it's past that. I don't collect a whole lot of other lines because that's just that is not financially.
Yeah.
No, I've got some. I cherry picked the Legends. I cherry picked the Robots.
Yeah, Sean Russell asked, "What other celebrities do you think would make good Joe figures?" I always thought Jake Roberts would have made a great Cobra counterpart to Sergeant Slaughter. I disagree. I think Sergeant Slaughter is the rare home run. Like, there's so much that works about Sergeant Slaughter, just from the standpoint of being this square-jawed, barrel-chested, pro wrestler, hard-charging good guy. Like, he almost was a G.I. Joe anyway.
Yeah.
And it was just making him an official G.I. Joe is kind of a formality, right? But I don't think that sort of thing is real easy to do. Like, there's so much coincidentally that worked for Sergeant Slaughter that it makes it tough to figure out folks that it would work for again. Like, that's such a lightning in a bottle situation, I think. Even the next year with the fridge, it just wasn't the same. I don't think the fridge was a terrible idea or a terrible figure even. No. But it wasn't Sergeant Slaughter.
No, even the third kick, even Rocky would not have worked as well had they managed to pull that off. The one guy, and it doesn't work for 2 main reasons. Number one, Sarge is already doing that role. And number 2 is the language is just filthy. But I would have bought the hell out of R. Lee Ermey as a drill instructor for Joe. Like, that guy.
Little Full Metal Jacket in your Joe.
Oh, man. Like, and the backstory is true, right? That he was a consultant on that film, and the actor who was doing it was not doing it well. And they just watched him say, "No, this is how you do it." And they're like, "Well,
he was running auditions."
Okay.
And so they were bringing in all these actors to read that part, and he was trying to coach those actors into doing it. And finally, the folks in charge were just like, "You know what? It's you.
Yeah, you're the guy.
You're the guy. So you
Yeah.
just do it.
So yeah, if there hadn't been a Sergeant Slaughter deal, I suppose they could have done it. But every time, what makes that thing is just the violent language of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like without that, like when he would go on and do stuff for like Discovery Channel, it was still cool because it was still him.
Oh, I loved him on the History Channel. Yeah.
Yeah, but I kept waiting for him to just drop F-bombs all over everybody.
Yeah.
And like
He does in the outtakes at the end of the show. Of course
right,
they
I'm
bleep him,
sure.
You know,
I'm
but,
sure that
yeah.
I'm sure
They're bleeped
they,
because
yeah.
bleeping is fucking funny.
yeah.
Hey!
I'm sure they had like Discovery Channel tape 179 action.
That's right. It's the swear jar, still active without Joe Colton. And
Brought to you by
you
all
too
the
can
cool
fill the swear jar by following our coffee links listed down below. All of our social media is down there too. So if you want to follow us on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anything else, head down there. Also, while you're there, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll find you. Matt O'Brien, it's another good question. I'm gonna hold off on that because I don't want our 2022 speculation getting rolled in with the stuff that we've already leaked about 2022. So we'll let that go and kind of come back around, especially since we're working on it. We're working on it. I'm digging, but Hasbro is pretty tight-lipped this time around.
Yeah, they have reacted.
Yeah. I love how people are dying to figure out. I love people are trying to figure out what the other animal pack is.
Right.
There's a vocal number of people who are convinced it's Shipwreck and Polly.
Polly is a huge deluxe animal. So
yeah. Oh, Freedom comes with Spirit, and he's a regular figure. What do you think about Polly?
Yeah.
Think he's going to be $41.99?
But there's that one episode, right, where the Joes get shrunk and Polly's huge. So
he better come with a Santa hat.
Careful what you ask for.
Yeah, it's Polly. We're paying $41.99 for Polly.
But, thanks so much for shouting my question out. I love you guys. We love you too.
See, give you a big huggy guy.
Yeah, throw a huggy guy on there. Everybody, give us a huggy guy. Feel the love.
And if you don't like us, give an angry face. It's fine.
Yeah, really, whatever. We don't care.
I don't care. React to me.
Charlie Garrison sold a Silver Mirage at Kokomo Toys. It fell apart immediately.
Whatever he got was more than it was worth.
Good for you, Charlie. That's salesmanship.
One of the last bits that I had that I was missing was that Silver Mirage that came out in '98 with the red. Wasn't it a red Duke at Toys R Us?
Duke with red pants.
On a bubble card.
Yeah.
Right, like that was going to hold up.
And bad stickers.
I didn't have it, and I knew that my old Silver Mirage was garbage, like everybody's is. So I remember I bought it was one of the last bits of that line that I didn't have, and I had to re-get it because I remember seeing it on the shelf and going nuts to you. Fool me once, shame on me, but come on now. I know that's the same.
I bought
it. Did it fall apart?
I was so disappointed with the figure that I can't remember paying that much attention to it. It was at the Toys R Us in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I was still in college.
I remember looking at that and going, yeah, no, not getting me.
McDowell's the pessimist. Watch the new ORing figures not have a screw in the back to fix them when they break.
They have to have a screw in the back. They're putting the backpacks on.
Diana Davis, why didn't Sergeant Slaughter come with a bulldog, and how can we fix that? That's a good question.
Shouldn't Big Ben have come with the bulldog?
If it's an English bulldog.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, who comes with the French bulldog?
Backstop.
Frenchie McGee.
Yeah, I guess it would be backstop, huh?
Where was he from in Canada?
Montreal.
Yeah, Montreal.
Was he from? Okay.
Frenchies are great, by the way. I love Frenchies.
The Bulldogs, you mean?
Yes. Firefly, would the Rancor not funding hurt other 6-inch HasLabs going forward? I don't think so.
I think
they've had two really successful ones with Marvel Legends.
Yeah. So I don't think so. I don't think that the failure of the Rancor had anything to do with scale.
Yeah.
I think it had more to do with annoying the Star Wars contingent, and there is no rat like the Star Wars contingent score.
Oh yeah. But I have to say, I mean that stuff just didn't look as well planned as the Joe.
No, it wasn't nearly as polished.
No. I mean, they were like, well, we got this Rancor, let's throw it out, and what do we want to throw with it? I don't know, stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
And when it was badly received originally, then having stretch goals that were
even worse received
and add-ons that they still didn't like was.
Here's a Luke Skywalker that you'll be able to get later.
Right. Like.
That's kind of tough to decide about what kind of stretch goals you put with something like that.
Yeah.
Although you would think Rancor Keeper would be list number one.
Would think, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the bare truth of it is, it's a C- or a D+ character, right? And just because he's giant, didn't make him more interesting in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad scene in Return of the Jedi.
No, it's not. But again, spoiler alert: they made Rancors more interesting in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Than they ever had before. So, okay.
It was the good part if you didn't catch on to the Skittles Brigade, and I kind of didn't, but whatever.
The Skittle Bite.
Anyone thinks Sand Scorpion will be a deluxe figure? I would be surprised.
I don't think so.
Cool figure. I like Sand Scorpion, but I don't think we're quite there yet.
He's in the character listing on the files, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know how much that means, considering that site doesn't even. They don't even have Beachhead up there.
Breaker, Beachhead, Spirit.
Yeah. I haven't had the stomach to go back and see if they've changed ninjutsu.
No.
On that site.
No.
A year and a half ago. But
no, they haven't touched it in a year and a half.
Awesome.
Otherwise, they would have added Beachhead, Breaker, Spirit,
Or just fix the spelling errors. Like it's one. Hey, look. You type
environmental.
We've all done it where we type a 20-page paper and ask somebody to proof it, and they look at the first paragraph and say you misspelled the.
Yeah.
We've all done that. The more you've worked on it, the more your eye glazes right over it. So I'm not bemoaning anyone for putting something out there with a spelling error on it, but not having the temerity to fix it when it's just as easy as, hey, intern, fix this.
Yeah.
Right. So let's bring it on into the station. Looks like our questions have slowed down some. We appreciate everybody chipping in. Thank you for showering us with your questions. We're always happy to just get in and chat Joe with you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on into what we got in, which we've been skipping for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So Rack Time Rob, what'd you get in over the last, say, 2-3 weeks?
Nothing Joe related.
You gotta move your camera back up. You're almost you look like you're 4 feet tall. There you go.
Yeah. Nothing Joe related. I hopped online and I picked up a War for Cybertron Springer and Shockwave.
Nice.
Yeah.
Springer's slick. Yep.
It looks like a great run. He's a fiddly little bit, son of a gun to transform. One thing I did do from your former employer, McFarlane Toys, I picked up their Batman 66 line.
Oh yeah. That's good stuff.
With the Batmobile and the Batcave too. So I got to set that up somewhere.
Look, he didn't pick up Batman and Joker in swim trunks, so it doesn't count.
I am not getting surfing.
You're a terrible collector and a bad human being.
I'm not getting surfing Batman and Joker with
surfing Batman and surfing Joker
over their I thought that was a dumb episode when I was 5.
The pinnacle crowning achievement of the Batman 66 line.
Ugh.
I know what somebody's getting for their birthday. That's all I'm saying.
Great. Yeah, I figured that out as soon as you gave me grief about it last week.
That's right. Mark Weber, what'd you get in?
So this is going to be my new pain this year. But I played chess when I was a kid. Wasn't terribly good at it, but I was okay. And these Eagle Moss, I can't, it's terrible, but like this is Rogue as a bishop. I'm doing this right. Not doing it justice anyway.
Is Bishop a bishop?
right? Ironically, there's no bishop in the line, which I think
Well, that's a selling point.
you'd have to make bishop a bishop, because if you made bishop the rook, it would be, like rook bishop to king's pawn 5, and you'd be like,
Your brain starts leaking out your ears.
yeah. But these are pretty cool, and they were, I think, because they're lead based. I don't think they were sold in the U.S. So I'm trying to piece together like a chessboard that I would like. So I'm an X-Men guy, so that's what I'm after. So, and the line is done. They're not making new ones anymore. So they're not terribly expensive, but they're overseas. So you're always hawking, hey,
you're paying for shipping. Yeah.
Can I get 4 in one? Or so that's what I'm after now. That's going to be a slow hunt.
See, Torpedo Mike, he knows what it's about.
Fat shark spray.
Fat shark spray.
I'm not complaining about fat shark.
Don't leave home without it.
Now back to what's on your mind?
See?
That's got to be when people hadn't seen that scene when I was working at the old video store. I was like, you haven't seen Robin look down from the copter and be like, oh my goodness. And then there's Batman with a shark halfway up his body.
and he's pounding on it. It sounds like he's beating on an inner tube. I love it.
And then he just calmly reaches around for the shark repellent spray that happens to be on the belt.
That movie is the greatest, okay? The greatest.
I showed that movie to showed that movie to my class. And I have talkers they were riveted. It was never that quiet again because they were all like,
story time. Back in 1981, I know a couple of young gentlemen on Long Island were anxiously awaiting that movie to be shown as the ABC afternoon movie one fall day, and it turned out to be the day that John Hinckley shot Reagan. So of course it got preempted for the news. And we were pissed. We were so pissed. Like, it wasn't even like, oh yeah, we're 8 and 6, so we don't quite get that the president had been shot, right? We was like, oh, whatever, he'll get better. No, we were just angry because Batman the movie got preempted that day. It was
and it did get rescheduled, and I didn't see that movie again until I was in high school.
Yeah, and that was.
I found it on VHS.
I mean, this is the total old man line, but kids don't understand that concept, right? Now that even once it was in video stores, you could probably go find it and rent it. But now you just click and there it is, wherever you want. Or the clip of the the shark repellent thing is on YouTube. It's 10 seconds away if I want it. But back then, for me, it was the movie of the week was frequently a Bond movie. Yeah. And my brother and I loved Bond. And so these are these older Bond movies that we hadn't seen, right? And we get to watch like the opening. I think the deal was they'd come on at 9, and my dad would let us watch the opening Gambit, right? Before the Underwater Girls. So we could watch the start, the little teaser adventure, and then it was bedtime. So he'd let us bust bedtime by like 15 minutes, and then he'd watch the movie and we'd have to go to bed.
Yep.
If they came on during the summer, I could talk Dad into talking Mom into letting us stay up to watch the Bond movies.
Yeah, maybe summertime I got away with it, but
or like Christmas break or something. Yeah,
I remember when Cheers was brand new. When Cheers was the best show on television.
Right there,
Matt Helm, awesome.
Matt Helm.
Who's Matt Helm?
That's Dean Martin doing spy movies.
Oh, okay.
During the spy craze of the mid. They're hilariously bad, but they're so bad they're awesome. I have them on DVD. They're fantastic.
I'll check that out. That's a blind spot for me.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're
the other bit I remember is when Cheers was brand new and it was hysterical and the best show on television. We would have to go to bed and then we would hear Mom and Dad just laughing their ass off down the hall. Yeah. And we were like, it wouldn't have been as funny for us, right? Because we were too young for most of the humor. But we knew something awesome was going on down there that not only did we not get to participate in, but it was keeping us up. Because they were laughing so hard at Series 1 and Series 2 of Cheers.
But I got nothing in from the last time we did what we got in. So we'll move on into shout-outs. Ragtime Rob, who we shout out to?
I'm shouting out my coworkers again because we need it. Good gravy.
Yeah.
It's this week was a month. Oh.
You're to refresh everybody. You're a special ed teacher.
Yeah.
And you got scratched up this week.
Yeah, a little bit. Tried to get somebody to do something he didn't want to do. But guess what? He did it.
There we go. Winner.
Yep.
I keep telling you, man. DDT.
Yeah. doesn't matter the
DDT
size.
and let's see, what's the acronym for unemployment? Yeah. DOE, Department of Employment.
You say you slipped. That's how it was created originally.
Yeah, it was a botch. So there you go. All you did was botch. But Mark Weber, who we shouting out to?
Along the same lines, a gal at my son's and daughter's school, Beth Zins, today was her last day. She retired, and she was I think she was 40 years an educator, but 34 years at that school, right?
Oh, wow.
And, her choice and just right time, and they gave her a really nice send-off today. But she was the one when we initially were looking for a new school for Derek, who's really smart. We really needed somewhere that could challenge him, but take care of him too. And she was the one who said he'll be good here. So yeah, 34 years.
Keep him out of Dad's Transformers.
Right? Don't take Megatron to Christian camp.
Unless it's one of those new tank ones.
No, it was version 1. It was
I
the
know.
full-on looter.
Yeah.
When I emptied out that backpack and it was smashed to pieces, a part of me was so grateful.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. You're feeling pretty good.
Oh,
Thank God.
I hope it broke on the way up.
Yeah. It's like
man.
as soon as he put the bag in the trunk for me to take him up there.
Right? Because that phone call would have been so weird. I would have been so incredulous. It would have been, your son brought a weapon to camp. And I'm like, I doubt it. Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's a replica pistol. And I'd be like, I have no idea where he got that. Literally, I would have legit gone, I'm not disputing you, but I'm just saying I don't know where that came from. And then they would have said, it has a Decepticon logo. Oh,
it's Megatron.
There's a piece of him with a face. Oh, right.
Does he turn into a robot with a giant crotch? Yeah, that's
with a very inappropriate trigger.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Hey, careful with it. It's kind of valuable. Oh, it's broken into 8 billion pieces. Well,
also good.
Then what's the problem, counselor?
Yeah. Speaking of spy movies, that was originally a Man from U.N.C.L.E. toy.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, it was modeled after that because Megatron didn't show up on the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah, I know, but the gun was modeled after that, and then they said, "Let's change him into a robot too."
Maybe he was lying
because Japan in the 70s. That's
right. Lying in wait, I guess.
Mark Weber, who else we shouting out to?
You know what? That's good. To Beth and to teachers everywhere, right? Because I work at a school, but I teach one class a week on 2 days, so I am so barely a teacher. I don't even try to qualify. So yeah, to them and to this my daughter's 7th grade math class on Monday for giving me a proper ovation when I popped the Steelers logo. And how about that? I'll call out a celebrity, to Ben Roethlisberger for 18 years. A Steeler football, and as Kansas City Chief fans have reminded me all week, I'm invited to his retirement party this Sunday at 8:00. So it's gonna be a good show. That's good. That'll do it for me.
All right. I'm going to give a shout out, of course, first and foremost to our good friends at Kokomo Toys. If the video earlier in the show wasn't enough, absolutely, thank you for all you do for us. Thank you for providing the prizes in this week's giveaway. So if you're new, if you're just checking us out now, be sure you go back and watch the middle part of this show. There's a contest. You can win lots of stuff. We got 4 prizes that we will be giving away next week, and all you have to do is answer some trivia questions. So watch that, answer some trivia, send us an email. Boom, you're in the contest. Easy peasy, good stuff. again, go back, watch the video that we put in the middle of this thing. And to properly thank Todd and Amber and company, we will now sing the Kokomo Toys theme song. Kokomo Toys. Kokomo Toys.
We should have varied it up and Bell Bibbs have owed that. That would have been awesome. Or
Turned into a round.
Maybe we're boys 3 then.
Give a shout out to the Shermanator, our boy Billy Carr and his wife Joy and their little pooch Sherman. Today was Sherman's last day.
Oh.
The Shermanator was truly awesome, and I only knew him through photographs, but you could tell. But also give a shout out to everybody who's out there on the front lines dealing with this. There's things are awful in hospitals and healthcare facilities and all that stuff, and those are folks who just definitely deserve an extra cup of coffee or an extra slice of pie or whatever you can get them at the Starbucks or what, just do your best to go out of your way and be kind to healthcare professionals, to teachers, to retail workers, to fast food workers, to the folks who are just dealing with this, going on, past 2 years at this point. It's no fun. It's no good. And we need to continue to get our shots and get our boosters. We're not doing good with boosters, everybody. Let's get boosters because they help. Let's mask up and keep distant and do our best to keep one another safe. Even if you don't care if you get sick, you should care about getting the person next to you sick. So let's do that. I want to give a shout out to everybody who joined in tonight in the live stream. We're well over 60 strong tonight. That's a great crowd for us. We really appreciate it. Whether you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, please remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a big boy comment down below later on. That really helps us get things distributed. If you're watching this on replay, we love you too. Please do the same. Like, share, and subscribe. And, of course, leave a comment. If you're following us on Facebook tonight, go ahead and leave us some kind of a reaction. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. And we appreciate you guys watching us too. Because, whatever gets the word out. Again, the two things you can do to help us the most. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video on YouTube. The number 1 and number 2. That's what you can do to help us out. If you have a couple bucks laying around, we do take donations through Ko-fi, however it's pronounced. I'm not sure. That link is down below. Joe Colton's personal cosplay Ko-fi is down there as well. So again, if you've got a couple of bucks laying around, please donate to that and help her with her individual projects. But that's it. That's it for tonight's TeamStream. We appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of the evening. Keep yourself safe.
Next week is number 200.
Next week is number 200. So I don't know if anything particularly special is going on, but I'll have a different opening if nothing else.
We'll run a giveaway.
No, we're doing it already. That's the special part. I don't know if I have any more special to give. As our friend Vagon likes to say, if you can't stay safe, be careful. Please be sure to join us next week at 9 p.m. here on the What's on Joe Mind YouTube channel and Facebook for another episode of What's on Joe Mind. Have a great weekend, and yo, Joe.
Bye.